Evet, her şey olması gerektiği gibi. Şöyle yapalım. Kulaklığa dönsek mi? Yok ya, dönmüyor. Evet, merhaba arkadaşlar. Uzun zamandır yoktum, kusura bakmayın. Gerek okul gerek çalışma hayatı dolayısıyla uzunca bir süre yayın yapamadım. Bu yüzden hepinizden özür dilerim. Hatırlarsınız Ken Follet'in The Pillars of the Earth serisini daha önce çekmiştim. Ama oyun İngilizceydi. Şu anda tamamıyla Türkçe olarak karşımıza geldi. Yani bu benim için gerçekten büyük bir artı oldu. Çünkü oyunu tekrardan size hem oynarken aynı zamanda çevirmekte zorlanıyordum. Türkçe olarak geldiği için hem siz de daha iyi anlayacaksınız hem ben oynarken çok daha kolaylık çekeceğim. O yüzden size iyi seyirler diliyorum. Ve birinci kitaba en başından başlayalım. Hayır, istemiyorum. Şu şeyi kapatayım. Bir saniye. Sandalyenin gıcırtısından rahatsız olabilirsiniz arkadaşlar. Kusura bakmayın. Bir daha eski bir sandalye aldım kendime de. Çok fazla gıcırdıyor. Size oyun sesi niye gelmiyor? Bir saniye. Onu ayarlayalım. Ha, doğru. Şöyle yapalım bir saniye. Ben kulaklığa geri geçeyim. Şuradan kulaklığa geri alalım şeyi. Hı. De. Burası olmadı. Şöyle yapalım tekrardan. Okay. Burası böyle. Şurayı da şöyle alalım. Hı. Oyun sesi hala şeyden geliyor. Çok pardon arkadaşlar, bir saniye. Şu oyunu tekrardan başlatayım. Evet, şimdi oldu. Devam. ...1135.
This should do. How do you feel?
Can't complain. After all, there's a cozy tree in my back.
I promise, this will be the last fire. After tonight, it won't be trees anymore, but walls and a roof. In Shiring, I will find a job.
What if the bishop wants to hire you for life? To keep his palace in shape, and maybe strengthen the town's defenses? Plain things, Tom Builder. Just walls and roofs.
Hah, geldi bizim hayırsız oğlan.
There. Took me a lifetime to find some dry ones in this wet. Why didn't we just use your staff? That old thing would have done nicely.
Because that thing is precious. It's not made to burn. And we might be able to sell it. Right, now let's see if this does the trick.
Hadi bakalım bir ateş yakalım.
Yeah, should be dry enough.
I told you.
Çakmak taşı ya. Hoppa.
Martha, you want to cut up some turnips? We'll be making soup.
If it helps.
Alfred, you go and look for water.
We could just eat snow.
No, it'll be proper water for my family.
Tom
You
yine
sit,
standart
I'll
Tom.
take care of it.
You still haven't answered my question, Tom Builder. What if the bishop offered you a job like they did in Exeter? Something that is beneath your craft, but pays for a lifetime. Easy work.
Well, building something is never easy.
You know what I mean. After Exeter, you said I could create something that matters, something that stands for eternity, or I could die setting up houses and sheds. But what if houses and sheds would feed your family? Would you stay this time, or would you keep on looking?
Yani ailemizi geçindirecekse seve
I'd be
seve
glad
orada
to stay.
duracağız. Yani seve
Would you
seve
now?
değilse de
Just promise me you'll think about it.
biraz su bulmam gerek. Tamam.
Maybe we can sell the baby.
Aren't you forgetting something? Or are you planning to carry the water with your bare hands?
Aa, doğru. Çanak mı? Kova lan o. Yeter çanak.
Stupid snow. Why did it have to come down just now?
Should never have left.
Well, we're here now. Guess there's no use complaining.
Ormanın derinlikleri. Şu gözcük.
Too hard for my fist. but my
Yumruklama
pot should
sen
break
de.
it. Houses and sheds. Walls and roofs. I'd be glad. I should be glad.
Buraları unutmuşum ya.
Tom, what's keeping you?
Ne ara doldurdun suyu Tom? Daldın gittin. Hadi geri dönelim. Biraz çorba yapalım. Hanım hamile.
And did you think about what I asked you?
Evet, işi kabul edeceğim.
Dreaming of
Başka
building a
çaremiz yok
cathedral is
zaten şu an.
foolish. When we get to Shiring, I'll take the job.
Why is a cathedral so special?
Well, you've seen a few. You should know.
Yes, but there are so many already. Why do you have to build another one? Is it because God needs more houses?
Aferin kız sana. Ne
May
güzel
I?
sorular soruyorsun öyle.
If you must.
Well, actually, a cathedral isn't so different from any other house. It always starts simple, with some walls.
And on top of that, you put a roof.
Very good. A roof to keep off the rain, and walls to keep up the roof. Together that makes one big, long, but dark room. Like a cave.
Giriş sonra. Önce
So
pencereler.
of course you may want some light coming in.
Windows.
Right. So the people inside can see what they're doing.
I think you forgot something. People can't get in if there are only walls.
Ufaklığa bak.
So, what
Çok
do you
zeki
suggest?
çıktı.
Doors, of course.
Right. And not only doors, but a big and impressive one to let in as many people as possible. By now, we've carved quite a few holes in our cathedral. Unfortunately, not every building can carry a roof like that and have so many windows.
So what do we do?
Good and solid work. That's what we do. If we don't want our cave to collapse, we have to make everything perfect. Not only strong, but consistent and perfectly even. The walls, the roof, the windows, everything perfectly proportioned.
You shouldn't say big words like proportionate when talking to a child.
Alfred ilk
What does
defa
it mean?
haklısın.
It means beauty. Well, it means not only will it keep them dry,
Katedral insanlara umut verecek. Yani asıl amaçları onadır.
it will give them hope. Agnes?
Mama?
Aha. Kadın doğruya. Hayda.
The baby is coming.
But it's
Farkındayım.
not due. Have your waters broken yet?
Soon after we started walking this morning.
You should have told me.
I'm so tired. I don't believe I can bring it into the world.
Well, look at all the blood.
Children? Martha? Go and collect more wood. Let's have a bigger fire.
Let me do it. I'm quicker than her.
No, let me do it.
Mart'a git
Let
bakalım.
Martha do it.
I'll be quick.
It'll take forever before she's back.
Get more water. Take snow if you must and make it warm.
Right.
Hadi bakayım Alfred. Ne var etrafta?
Let me cover you. Right, what can I do to help?
Stay with me.
Zamandır.
Remember when Martha was born and the Lady Isabella acted as midwife?
You were building a chapel, and you asked her to send her maid to fetch the midwife from the village.
Yeah, and she said, that drunken old witch won't let her deliver a literal wolfhound pups. And she took us to her own chamber. And poor Lord Robert could not go to bed until Martha was born.
The water's warm now.
Put it next to me.
Getir bakalım.
Is the fire better now?
Can you feel the warmth?
Yes.
Calm down, you two. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Let us help.
Alfred. Take care of your little sister.
I'm fine. Take care of Mama instead.
Don't worry.
Uh-huh.
Ne yapabilirim? Ne yapabilirim?
It's not long now.
Tamam, tamam. Kamış.
Collect some reeds and make me 2 lengths of string, each big enough for a necklace.
What for?
You'll see.
What about me?
Şu an değil.
Let me do something.
It's coming. Help me, Tom.
Şu an değil. Sık kız dişine.
It's coming.
I can see it.
It looks horrible.
He's perfect. A perfect boy.
Bir erkek çocuk. Oğlum kadın çok kötü görünüyor ya.
You're still bleeding.
It's all right. It will stop soon. Tom,
Yes?
thank you for being my midwife. Do you remember the night I came to you in your lodge when you were working on my father's church?
Of course. How could I ever forget?
I never regretted giving myself to you. Never, for one moment. Every time I think of that
Ha, bu
night, I
konuşmaların
feel
sonu
so
nereye gideceği
glad.
çok belli oluyor.
Me
ya.
too.
I hope you build your cathedral.
Ha, yapma bunu.
I thought you were against it.
I was. But I was wrong. You deserve something beautiful. Build a beautiful cathedral. For me.
Ve
Papa, what's wrong with her face?
Agnes. Agnes, wake up.
hep şu oyunu ne kadar oynamış olsam da yine ve yeniden strese giriyorum arkadaş. Adamlar yapmış ya. Adamlar cidden yapmış. Ama bizi 3. kitaptan başlatmamız sıkıntı oldu. şeyleri, yayınları izleyen insanlar, daha doğrusu ilk yayınlarımı izleyen insanlar diyecek sen bu birinci ve de ikinci kitabını zaten oynadın. Niye tekrar oynuyorsun da? Oyun işte şimdi tamamıyla Türkçe oldu. Hani bir de oyunun bu varyantını görün istedim. Hani yeni gelenler olur, gelmeyenler olur. Hani gören görmeyen herkese oyunda tam olarak neler gittiğini de anlamasını istedim. Katedralin umut getirmesini istiyorsun. Agnes'e psikopatsın. Önereceği her işi kabul edeceğini söyledi. Zorlandık. Evet, zorlandım. Orayı neyse, baştan almayacağım. Olduğu gibi devam edeceğim. İleride acaba bunlar herhangi bir başka bir sonuca şey yapar mı? Neyse, devam edelim. Birinci bölümün sonu. Şimdi ikinci bölüm. Ne? Ha, orası girişte. Tamam.
The year of our Lord 1135 had come to an end. King Henry of England, son of William the Conqueror, had died. It was a time of poverty and death. In their despair, some had come to believe Christ and all his saints had gone to sleep, and that the pillars of the earth themselves had begun to crumble. Is there no one to welcome us?
Who goes there?
At mı pony mi? Pony gibi duruyor daha çok.
You just crossed the bridge, right? That'll be a farthing for you and a penny for your horse.
Monks and villagers don't have to pay a toll.
Sorry, I'm not good at this. I told Brother Paul. It's not easy doing the Lord's work when you're hungry.
It is not much, but I can share this with you.
Afiyet olsun canım. Bir de hepsini almasaydım.
I hope now it will be easier for you to fulfill your duties.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Will you take care of my horse, brother? I've come to see Prior James.
Prior James? That's him the bells are tolling for.
Ha,
Leave the horse here. I'll get it down to
olarak
the priory
değiştirmişler
later.
burada.
The fish should go nicely with that cheese.
What? Why are they ringing the bells?
Don't you know? The devil has come to Kingsbridge.
Asaletine kurban be.
The devil has come to Kingsbridge?
Filip'in İncil'i. Filip'in İncil'in nesneler üstünde, İncil'in Filip'e onlar hakkında ne söyleyeceğini öğrenmek için kullanabilirsin. Ya da insanlar üstünde. Tamam. Burada herhangi bir şey yok. Şöyle bir bakalım. Kayın ağacı fındıkları. Normal fındıktan ne farkı var acaba? Ayrıca. Cidden buraları unutmuşum ama ya.
Why is this locked?
Normal olan bu değil mi? Revakta aldı. Vay arkadaş güzel çevirmişler ha. Revakta aldı. Bilmediğim kelimeler de var.
When he opened the sixth seal, I looked, and behold, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth. The moon became like blood, and the stars of the sky fell to the earth as the...
Mutfağa bir gidelim. İngiltere katları.
Closed.
Kapalı mı? İlginç.
Why did they lock it? Maybe the side entrance is open.
Neden manastırın kapıları neden kilitli olur ki?
Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the pestilence that walketh in darkness. The pestilence that rode in on the lightning that struck our cathedral 4 years ago. Did you not all feel its presence here ever since? James did, and I did as well. But the Lord says, because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. Our beloved Prior James has served the Lord all his life. He shall be delivered from the darkness, from this dark earth.
Prior James? Philip? Francis?
For many years, James has been our prior.
Oo, başkeşiş.
After the upcoming election,
Ölmüş.
I vow to lead Kingsbridge Priory with the same steady hand.
Sen mi? Remigius. Sen mi? Ciddi misin?
Amen.
Hiç kusura bakma Remigius ama kiliseye sana asla emanet etmem.
Philip, we told your brother you'd come to Kingsbridge New Year's Day.
I did not expect to see you here. I was on my way back to Gloucester and wanted to see you.
A priest working in the world of politics. You must tell us about it, Francis.
Of course.
And his brother a prior of what now? 2 years?
It's been 4 years, Cuthbert.
I see.
Ha, biraz senkronizasyon
How are
sorunu var
things in St.
sanki.
John of the Forest, Philip?
Our little cell is happy and healthy.
İlginç ama
and
gözüme
healthy.
batıyor şu anda.
Thanks to your brother, Francis.
Tam
St. John
konuşmalar
of the
bittikten
Forest is
sonra ağız
prospering.
hareketleri devam ediyor.
His novices are obedient, his monks humble and pious. Our own priory is in such a sorry state.
You know James did the best he could. It was not his fault. Also, they make a remarkable cheese in St. John's. Come by the kitchen later to see us, will you?
Cuthbert, seni görmeden gider miyim? Ya da gidecek
Brother
miyim?
Cuthbert seemed upset.
Well, we all are. The way James died was disturbing.
Is that why the novices talk about the devil?
Prior James began mentioning him first. 7 days ago, Brother Remigius found James's room empty. We all looked for him for hours. Then we found his footprints by the bridge and a hole in the ice.
Evet.
Oh no.
No.
In the small hours of Christmas Day, he must have walked out on the river. We didn't even find his body. The river took him, and the cold.
I will pray for James.
Ha.
See me when you have time, Philip. I will be in the cathedral.
And I should go and see how Brother Cuthbert is doing. It's good to see you, Philip. Maybe things will get better after the chapter elects the new prior.
Hopefully. I will come by the kitchen later, Milius.
Francis burada ne yapıyor? Ben nerede?
At least it wasn't Remigius who punished us.
Şöyle bir.
You look like you want to ask me something.
You are Philip of Gwynedd?
Yes,
benim, evet.
but you can call me Brother Philip.
You see? Told you he wouldn't mind. Yes. Now ask him.
Sorun
How
bakalım.
about you ask him? I already asked Brother Andrew. That doesn't count. He wouldn't answer.
What is it?
Brother Milius told us you know the scripture very well. Could you tell us about God's temple?
Brother Andrew wouldn't tell us.
Must be a place. Cathedral.
That's probably what the guest master was talking about.
Each of us is God's temple in the way that he created us.
And what if someone does something to God's temple?
The scripture says, if anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy him.
Even if he destroys his own temple of God?
So for Prior James, there's no salvation as well.
For a self-murderer, there is no salvation.
What if the devil takes our souls too?
Bunun bir intihar olduğunu
Commit
bilmiyoruz ki.
yourselves to God. Be humble and pious. Be
Adam nehir
without
kenarında
sin.
yürümeye gitmiş. Veya
God's grace will not allow the
götürülmüş.
devil to lay hand on any of you. Prior James will face
ayağa
judgment.
kaymıştır. Göle
It is
düşmüş.
between him
Olabilir
and
yine.
God. Do not be afraid.
No, Brother Philip.
Hemen öyle şeytana yormayın
Thank
lan.
you, Brother Philip.
I believe they have it.
Tamam. Ne yapalım? Şu katedrale bir gidelim tekrar. Kimler var burada? James'in mezarı. Prenses.
Our Father that art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Amin.
My
Ya
hand
onlar
would fit in there.
ameni amin diye
Why should I
çevirmek de
soil my
komik olmuş
sleeve?
abi.
Reaching in there will not
Sonuçta bu
repair
bir
these walls.
hani neyse söylemeyeyim bunu, sonra çok tava çekerim.
The cathedra. It is not for me to take that seat.
Kilitliydi
Locked.
orası yanlış hatırlamıyorsam. Evet. Bunlara dokunma. Kutsal su. Kutsa bizi baba.
This priory is so much bigger than our small cell in the forest.
Kingsbridge, meydan, çan kulübesi. Ha, burası geldiğimiz yer. Mi? Evet. Sol tarafta çöl vardı. Tamam. Başka. Ha, ben burayı böyle hayal etmemiştim ama. Neyse. Şimdi nereye gitmedik? Rebecca, Filipin medresi. Kestanelere ne veriyorduk? Tam veriyorduk. Sonra olur. Şöyle bakalım. Mutfağa gidelim.
Philip!
Brother Milius.
Come! Warm yourself by the oven.
Is that Philip? Tell him to warm himself by the oven.
Thank you, Brother Cuthbert.
Etkileşime girebileceğimiz neler var?
You keep everything nice and tidy around here, Milius?
It's not easy. This morning one of my ladles broke. That's never a good sign. Everything is falling apart.
Milius, why do you keep a beautiful pot like this around?
Oh, it reminds me that we should strive for order and beauty. I started collecting some seeds and nuts because I wanted to start a new garden.
A good idea.
I never got around to collecting more, though. If you find some, let me know.
He, tamam. Onlar buraya. Bunlar buraya.
I found some beech nuts.
Ah, we will grow a beech tree then.
Wonderful.
If we ever get round to starting the garden.
I'm sure you will.
Balıkları mı tutturuyorsun sen? Evet.
Ah, wonderful.
I always put some extra stones on the stove to warm up water. Put one in your pocket, and you'll keep warm.
Oh? Ouch!
Careful, they're hot.
Nice and warm, and I didn't burn my hands, Milius.
I knew you could do it.
Şimdi Cuthbert'le konuşalım. Bizden bir anahtar bulmamızı isteyecekti yanlış hatırlamıyorsam.
Brother Cuthbert.
Ah, we were waiting for you. I hope you brought some of that wonderful cheese you make at St. John's.
Aa, peyniri arkadaşa verdim ya.
I gave it to one of your novices.
Why would you do that?
He said it's not easy doing the Lord's work when you're hungry.
Greedy brother Marcus.
You are too trusting, Philip.
Brother Cuthbert, you seem worried.
Prior James was a kind man, but the priory is in a terrible state, Philip.
Evet, bu herhalde
Philip
belli oluyor.
knows. He was just too kind to say anything.
Yes, I know. I wanted to use my New Year's visit to talk with Prior James about these matters.
We should be rich. The priory has much land and collects from many parish churches. But we are in debt.
Ne borcunuz var ya?
Our novices steal from us, Philip.
Kilisenin ne borcu olabilir?
Yes, someone took my keys. Remigius blames me for losing them. But someone used them to steal food from the cellar more than once. Today I found something missing again.
Ha. Tamamdır. O
Let
iş
us
bende.
continue another time, Brother Cuthbert.
Of course.
O iş bende.
Hard
kaldı.
at work, as usual, Milius?
I have to serve salt fish 6 times a week now.
We hear you have fresh fish every day at your cell in the forest.
Every other day, we even have poultry.
You have done wonderful work at St. John's, Philip.
Sen şu anda iyi iş çıkardın Filip. Rica ederim.
We, on the other hand, had a weak prior for 13 years. May the Lord rest his soul.
13 sene boyunca.
What you worked hard for at St. John's is wasted here in the mother house.
After the election, the new prior ought to put things right.
Remigius, put things right.
Who would vote for Remigius? He would be no better than Prior James.
He is the sub-prior, and he made promises to some of the brothers, like the sacrist. He's about to burn all the books and documents in the prior's room.
Manyak mısın ya
including the
sen? Niye
prior's
yakıyorsun
ledgers.
abi kitapları?
Remigius says James
yazmak
asked for
kadar kolay mı
everything
o
to be
zaman?
burnt after his death, except for his Bible.
What? Without the ledgers, the priory's finances will be beyond saving.
Kime borcumuz kimse, kimin bize borcu olduğunu nereden bileceğiz? Onun başında defterler olmadığı sürece orada var.
Was no one else nominated?
Only Cuthbert.
I refused. I'm too old.
No one else dares to follow in Prior James's footsteps. Not since he began talking to the devil.
Yine şeytan şey.
What?
One day he started talking to the devil, as if they were standing side by side.
Nasıl yani?
He was bargaining with the devil for his soul, whispering about his sins.
His sins?
Gidelim
We'll talk
bakalım.
more later.
Şimdi. Nereye gideceğiz? Şöyle geçeceğiz. Kardeş Paul'u göreceğiz.
Brother Paul?
Philip.
Ouch.
Al bakalım
Here.
Paul.
Oh,
Oh, a hot stone. Ah. It's a mercy, Philip. Thank you.
Remigius should give you a
Rica
fire,
ederim.
or not have you sit here at all.
I don't really mind. Winter is bound to end sometime. Philip, if you ever run into trouble with Remigius, be careful to answer him. Do not stay silent.
Silent?
Nothing makes him angrier than someone who doesn't answer. He becomes weak and defensive. It's not fitting for a sub-prior, let alone prior.
What's wrong with your foot, Brother Paul?
Oh, just a chilblain. It will ease when the spring comes, and the hot stone really helps, Philip.
You should have a fire.
It's all right.
Don't take it lightly. Many will die this winter for lack of food or shelter.
Remigius thinks the Lord is testing us. Only the sinners perish.
No, the poor perish, and those that he has freezing out here.
Filip'in bol
Don't
şeyini
say
seviyorum.
anything to Remigius, will you? If he thinks I've been complaining, he'll be displeased.
Adam olaylara gerçekçi bakıyor.
What did you say again about Remigius's weakness?
Nothing makes him angrier than someone who doesn't answer. It's not fitting for a sub-prior.
Evet, Remigius'a cevap vermeyeceğiz. Onunla herhangi bir
have to leave,
tartışmaya
Brother Paul.
girdiğiniz zaman.
Take care of yourself. It's getting colder, I think.
Kudursun dursun pezevenk. Şimdi şöyle bir gidelim.
This priory is so much bigger than our small cell in the forest.
Sonra zaten incelemiştik. Burası kilitli. Şöyle geçelim.
So, again, we're all God's temple. All of us.
Papaz evi.
What we have to ask ourselves is, can our Saint Adolphus still protect Kingsbridge in these dark times?
He couldn't protect Prior James. Ever since that lightning struck the cathedral, he wasn't the same.
When you take over my position as sacrist, you should implore the bishop to send us a new relic.
Zangoç.
By then I'll be sub-prior. The new prior and I will support you in this.
All Kingsbridge needs is faith and hard work.
Philip of Gwynedd, I wanted to talk to you.
Konuş bakalım.
How dare you disturb Brother Remigius' requiem?
I'm afraid the choir is waiting for me.
Stay, brother. There's no reason you shouldn't hear what Philip has to say for himself.
I beg your forgiveness. I was overwhelmed when I heard Prior James had passed.
You should know better. I'm sure at St. John's you're a good prior, but here we adhere to the rules.
You mentioned a new prior.
The election will be held in a few days, when we all convene for the chapter meeting.
Bu zamana kadar papazları etkilersek
Let us continue this conversation later.
tabii ki de biz olacağız.
Of course. There's a lot
Yeni
of planning
başşahi.
for me to do for the
Ya
upcoming
da baş
election.
keşiş.
Because
Burayı yanlış
Because God
yapmış
created-
olabiliriz.
It is good to see you reading. Even some of our older brothers cannot read or write.
We must teach them.
Reading the words we can teach them, but understanding them. It is easier to simply tell them what is written in the scripture.
Öyle olmaz işte.
Have you seen my brother?
No, I have not.
Tamam geç.
That's why we can all pray to him. We don't need to
Mezarlığa
go.
bir gidelim. Arnavut'la konuşalım. Bizim mezarcı.
Brother Arnaldus, how are you?
Huh? What?
How are you? Are you well?
Oh, Brother Philip. Yes, I am well. It's just that the dead won't stay in the ground.
Ne demek ya?
What?
The dead. It's probably those badgers always digging up the graves.
Ulan korktum bir anda dedim zombiler mi gelecek?
My father gave the priory a good deal of land to keep me fed. I won't eat salted fish all day.
Me neither.
Shall we go into the cellar again tonight?
Yes, Brother Marcus. You still have old Cuthbert's keys?
Indeed I do. I hid them right in the church. Stuffed them in the large crack in the wall.
I could do some crack stuffing myself.
I bet you could.
Sizi buradan attırırım.
It's not the time to...
Tamam. Şeye geri dönelim be.
No, we are the temple.
But why a church then? Why cathedrals?
Yanlış yere girdim.
No. I heard it, I'm sure. There was something. He's right.
Now stop it. Concentrate.
There it was again.
The novice said he hid the keys in here.
Al anahtarları.
They're here. I have them.
Tamamdır.
This brother Marcus really did steal Cuthbert's keys.
Onları ispiyonlayacağız dur. Şimdi değil ama.
What was that?
No talking. Now we sing.
When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. In God I trust. I shall not be afraid. What can flesh do to me?
But Adolphus is not of flesh. Oh, God. Are you sure you heard something?
You seem troubled, brother.
They won't sing.
Niye?
It's Adolphus.
There was nothing, believe me.
I heard him crying in the crypt. I think I heard him too.
No, you...
It sounded like a whip, like he was chastising himself. It's the end of days.
Brother Philip, please help me. Prove to them that there is...
Yes, I'm sure.
Tamam.
Nothing here.
Şey
The
yok.
saint rests in peace. Hello?
Kuş muydu? Evet.
Go! What is that?
Ya cidden o nasıl kuş lan?
What is that? It's the size of a child.
Baykuş falan mı acaba?
Hello? Go!
Evet.
Oh. An owl. Just an owl. The choir will be relieved to know that.
Arkadaş ya.
I should tell them.
Gidelim bakalım.
There is no need to worry, brothers. Adolphus is resting in peace. It was just an owl.
I told you it was nothing.
God bless you, Brother Philip.
I knew I heard something.
Now, be silent, concentrate,
Şimdi susun da
and...
hadi ilahinizi söyleyin. Cuthbert'a gidip anahtarlarını teslim edelim. Sonra kardeşimiz miydi o? Kimdi o? Ha, Francis. Sonra gidip Francis'le görüşelim.
It's getting cold. When will these novices learn to close?
Cuthbert, buyur bakalım.
Cuthbert, I believe I found your keys.
Where did you find them?
The thief hid them in the cathedral.
That is a sacrilege. Will you report the thief to Remigius, Brother Philip?
Tabii ki
I
de.
will keep them until we know what to do, will you?
Hemen gidelim.
Why do we create temples if we are the temple? Isn't it almost arrogant to try and build a greater temple?
Burası mıydı? Hayır, yanlış yer.
Don't say that.
I asked not to be disturbed.
Brother Remigius, I'm sorry I interrupted your service.
You mean Prior James's service?
Quite so. I heard he fell through the ice. Horrible.
Yes. I was the one who found his rosary by the river. Now let me continue my work.
Anahtar hırsızlığına
Brother Marcus
ibaret.
stole Cuthbert's keys.
Brother Marcus. I will deal with him. You were right to report this to me. Theft is something we cannot take lightly.
Evet.
Why would Prior James walk out onto the river at night?
Evet, bunu benim aklım almıyor.
He was chased.
Ne tarafından?
Chased? By whom?
The accuser.
Müttehim.
But why would the devil be
Ne
chasing him?
alaka?
Better to not get involved in all this. Hmm? Don't you have your own priory cell to run?
Tam bir huysuz bunaksın. Demeyeceğiz.
You really believe the devil killed the prior?
Some of the brothers do, and I respect their beliefs. May never know what happened, and that's that. Now let me get back to my work.
About the keys that was...
I will deal with him.
Tamam. Burada işimiz kalmadı. Şimdi bir düşünelim. Başka ne yapabiliriz? Şeye gidebiliriz aslında.
Why not?
Şu yel değirmenine bir gidelim.
We wouldn't be here if it weren't for the cathedral. It feeds us.
Bu anahtar burayı açıyor mu? Açıyor. Neler varmış bakalım şöyle. Bez, değirmen çarkı. Ne yazıyor orada? Ocak 1136'da bulunmuş. Eski değirmendeki odunu kazanmış sözler. Kardeşlerim, ayrılmam gerekiyor. Burada sizinle Tanrı'yı bulamadım. Baş kesiş yardımcısı Remedius'un kırbaçlarını bir daha asla sırtımda hissetmeyeceğim. Asla. Belki Tanrı'yı başka bir yerde bulurum. Thomas, Eylül 1134. Acaba.
He lost his faith in the priory, but I hope not.
Tamamdır. Burası da bitti. Şöyle bir işimiz var mı?
I'm sure there was someone moving behind a window, but most houses are empty.
Tamam. Şöyle de bir işimiz yok. Gidelim kardeşimizle görüşelim o zaman. Şurası neydi? Ha. Tamam. Prenses. Gel bakalım.
I'm happy to see you, little brother.
It's good to see you too, Philip. Your hair is starting to get a bit grey.
Saç yok kafamda.
At least in this one case, I will be the one to boldly charge ahead of you.
You've always been bold. You just don't admit it to yourself.
Francis, what are you doing here?
King Henry is dead.
I know. Word reached St. John's shortly before I left.
First the king, and now Prior James.
Hangisi? Bak.
The devil has come to Kingsbridge.
What?
Just something I heard. Something foolish.
And yet, these are dark times indeed. King Henry's death caused quite a commotion in the world of politics. There will be war.
Yapma be. Fransız'ın merhum Kral Henry, İmparatoriçe Maud ve Kral Stephen hakkındaki notları. Birinci kısım 1 Ocak 1136 tarihinde yazılmış. Pek çok yıldır merhum kralımız Henry'nin varisi yoktu. Tek meşru oğlu da diğer akrabaları gibi 1120 yılında Manş Denizi'nin gece vakti geçmeye çalışırken boğulmuştu. Nihayet kızı Maud bir oğlan doğurmuştu. Henry'nin son isteği bebek torununun yaşı gelince hükümdarlığı 2. Henry olarak devam ettirmesiydi. O güne kadar da annesi yani kralın kızı onun yerine yönetecekti. Tahtın gerçek varisi olmasına rağmen İmparatoriçe Maud pek çok Normandiyalı derebey tarafından hoş görülmüyordu. Bu da Maud'un Anjou'lu Geoffrey ile evlenmesinden kaynaklıydı. Anjou kontluğu ve Normandiya dükkanlığı Dükkalığı İlginç kelimeler. Dükkalığı uzun zamandır rekabet içerisindeydi. Öyle bir rekabetti ki İngiltere'de başlayan bir savaşa dönüşmek üzereydi. Sebebi de Maud'un kuzeni Louis Stephen'ın Normandiya'dan Manş Denizi'ni geçip tahtı zorla ele geçirmesiydi. İlginç. Tamam.
Only we could stop the suffering.
Maybe we can. I came not just to meet you. I was sent to look for a messenger of my lord, Earl Robert.
Here? In Kingsbridge?
Farmers said the messenger was heading for Kingsbridge 2 weeks ago. The knight was carrying a confidential document that might change the course of the conflict. People here trust you. Maybe the monks here know something.
We will find him.
One more thing. No one can know why we're looking for the knight.
Ha. Prensin kayıp şövalyesi hakkında kim bilgi sahibi? Soralım
Maybe
bakalım.
Milius or Cuthbert know more.
Aha. Ha. Oyun aşağıya aldı. Milius ve de Cuthbert'le bir soralım. Bakalım biliyor mu? Pardon. Oyun ekranı gitmiş.
Did you see a knight in Kingsbridge? You mean, aside from the nobles attending the Christmas service? No, I don't remember any knights visiting us.
Tamam. Cuthbert, senin bir bilgin var mı?
Has there been a knight to Kingsbridge recently?
Milius, wasn't there a poor soul found dead before Christmas?
I don't know if he was a knight.
He was put to rest in the cemetery.
The cemetery. That was the right thing to do.
Ha. O zaman mezarlığa. Mezar görevlimiz Arnold'uysa bir soralım bakalım.
Say, has there been a knight to Kingsbridge?
A knight?
Evet, şövalye. Gördün mü dostum?
A knight? Yes. He's here. Right here.
Do you know who he was? How did he die?
Brother Paul found him.
Where is Paul?
Down at the bridge, freezing his walnuts off, I reckon. He talked to him. I only put him in the ground. That's all I ever...
Do you have any idea?
Probably tried to jump off the end of the world.
What do you mean?
Sonuna atlamaya
There is
çalışmak.
nothing here.
İyiymiş.
Kingsbridge lies at the end of the road. Nobody comes here.
O zaman Paul'un yanına gidelim.
Brother Paul, a word. Have you heard about a knight in Kingsbridge?
A knight? Oh, yeah. Yes. He was just lying by the road, just a mile away from the priory. He must have fallen from his horse.
Where is he now?
He died. We buried him in the cemetery.
Did he have a name? Did he say anything?
He could not speak. But the look in his eyes told me he was afraid. I held his hand and prayed with him while he died.
Did the knight have anything with him?
There was a letter. I gave it to Prior James.
Yapma
Remigius
ya.
will probably burn it with the rest of James's papers. James insisted that all his books and documents, except for his Bible.
I heard about this.
Sometimes I wonder if it was because of that letter. A few days later, Philip, maybe I brought a curse on him.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Have faith in the Lord, Brother Paul. You did well.
Thank you, Philip.
Rica ederim. Şimdi. Oradan nasıl alacağız? En büyük soru bu. Çık bakalım.
We are people of God. Yet we need to eat
Hayır,
too.
evet. Şöyle gidelim. Şuraya girelim. Fransız söyleyelim bakalım.
The letter is probably in the prior's room. But the sub-prior is going to burn.
What? We cannot allow that to happen, do you?
Of course not.
We come together here. The pilgrims donate.
Şeyle konuşsak nasıl olur?
I'm looking for a document.
How does that relate to my time?
Haklısın.
I
Sen de
see.
haklısın.
A temple to feed the temple.
What is it? Can you not see that I'm working?
I would like to take a look at prior.
And why is that, Brother Philip?
Well, our little cell has given much to the mother house. I would like to ensure that all is...
So you do not trust us, Philip, is that it?
The state of this priory...
The state of this priory is the concern of the Prior of Kingsbridge.
I still would like to see the prior's
They will be burned tonight.
I heard about that.
It was Prior James's last wish. I'm following his request.
But the new prior will be lost without the ledgers and contracts.
Oğlum adam düşerek ölmedi mi?
After the election,
nasıl son isteği oluyor?
For now, you are not. Only the chapter meeting can decide on these matters.
Of course. Brother Andrew will surely understand why you would go against James's last request.
About the chapter...
Oh, talk to Brother Andrew. He will now leave.
Şunun bir havasını alalım ya. Adaylık koyabilir miyiz acaba? Ya da koyuyor muyduk?
Yes.
We must take good care.
We can't allow Prior James's book...
That, Philip, was Prior James's wish.
This priory is in debt. And without the ledgers and documents, that will never change.
Yani.
Besides, the wisdom in his books is priceless.
It is not up to you to make decisions in this priory, Brother Philip.
Do not domineer over those in your charge, but be an example to the flock.
Kitap her zaman işe yarar.
You are right. You shall argue your case in front of the brothers in a chapter meeting today.
Thank you, Brother Andrew.
When I'm done here, I will tell all the monks to come to the chapter house.
Would it help if I went and told some of them?
Feel free to do that. But I insist that the choir finishes practicing before we start. They're all ready.
Tamamdır. Gidip herkese teker teker söyleyelim şimdi.
We must.
There will be a chapter meeting in a few minutes.
Oh yes, we will be there.
Thank you for letting us know.
Rica ederim canlarım benim. Orada olun ama kondiklerim size. Benim Cuthbert'a da söyleyelim.
There will be a chapter.
Excellent. I can't wait to see you and Remigius quarrel.
Brother Cuthbert?
Do not worry. We are on your side.
There will be a...
You convinced Andrew? Miracles do happen. We will be there. You have our support.
Siz adamsınız. Paul'u çağıralım. Kim kaldı? Koro kaldı. Bir de mezarcımız kaldı.
There will be a chapter meeting soon.
Ah, thank you for remember my advice about...
Tamamdır. Hep yanlış yerden gidiyorum arkadaş.
Brother Andrew has arranged...
Yes, please go ahead. We will be there.
Tamamdır. Prenses.
The sacrist agreed to a meeting. That way I might be able to get the letter you...
Good thinking. I will attend.
Tabii ki de katılacaksın. Şuradan mezarlığa geçelim. Ne olursa söyleyelim.
Brother Arnaldo. There's a chapter meeting
Today, I'll be there. Wouldn't miss that.
Herkes tam.
A waste of time.
Bence de. Ve başka işe gidelim bakalım. Ona da söyleyelim. De söyleyebileceğimizi zannetmiyorum.
Oh.
Geldi yine. Der gibi. Herkes tam.
The choir has finished singing. The cantor should find... Are you ready for the... If you have any other business to take care of the meeting...
Yolla yes.
The chapter meeting is more important.
Bir saniye, anahtarları şimdi mi vermem gerekiyordu yoksa daha... Orada biraz batırmış olabiliriz.
And this is why Prior James's wish must not be honored. Kingsbridge Priory would be beyond saving without financial records.
I think we have all understood the reason for your concern, Brother Philip. But before we come to a decision, let us hear other voices of concern.
I would like to know why you would doubt the wisdom in Prior James's decision.
Maybe you didn't know him as well as we did, Philip.
Bunun tanımayla alakası yok.
I can say I knew him well. We all here knew him. So did you know him?
How wise was Prior James, really?
Philip, you are going too far. I will tell the bishop about this.
Söyle söyle.
Brothers, please. Let's hear what he has to say.
Oh heavens.
Ben buna niye cevap verdim ki?
Hear him
Sıcaktım,
out,
delirecektim.
brothers. I was stubborn as well, but he made me see it.
Hata yaptım.
Well, that's not an easy thing to do.
Elias.
I owe James much. He was the one who asked me to take care of St. John in the Forest.
One of the most prosperous cells in all of Shiring, if not England.
It was a wise decision then. But his last wish was not. Well, was it? What are you waiting for? Answer me.
Is walking on thin ice wise?
Who does he think he is? May the Lord forgive him. He knows not what he is saying.
No. Philip was very hesitant to talk about the state of this priory with me. Usually, he is as careful in his words as he is in his actions.
Yes. Philip asked us a question. Was it wise to walk out
Hadi
onto the
bakayım.
ice?
Hadi bakayım.
God was testing Prior James.
Şiri git lan.
I say the devil chased him. Do you doubt that? Do you
Yürü git.
doubt that, Philip? Surely you must have an answer. I know because Prior James confided in me.
James için
If the
de-
Lord tested James, then he is testing all of us. I trust the Lord, so did James, and so should all of you.
Ha,
He was misguided when he walked onto the ice that night, as he was misguided in his last wish, whatever or whoever misguided him.
Prior James will face judgment. It is between him and God.
The novices would be better advised not to speak up.
Philip is a good man. He was the only one to say I should have a fire.
sen adamsın Paul.
But did he do anything besides talk?
Yaptın tabii.
Yes, he brought me a hot stone.
Kapak.
That's our Philip.
Very well, Philip. But why don't you tell us the real reason you have come before us?
Ay kardeşim
You not
satmayacağım.
only came to save these books, you have another motivation, do you not?
I am here only to help this priory.
This priory, of course. I say it is not a coincidence that he should make his voice heard now, shortly after James's passing and before the elections.
What are you saying, Brother Remigius?
This is not about James. It is about him. He wants to be prior.
No,
Heh, evet olmak
I
istiyorum.
came here to talk to James.
I think that is a wonderful idea. I nominate Philip of Gwynedd to be the new prior of Kingsbridge.
Sizler adamsınız.
You disagree with that?
Well, yes, obviously.
Excellent choice.
What about Remigius?
That's surprising.
Great
Prior
idea.
Philip.
Hadi bakayım.
Brother Philip, do you accept the nomination?
Ediyorum. Tabii ki de.
Thank you for your kind offer. But we would not want to impose on you, Brother Remigius.
Oh, but I insist. I will help you.
No, you really must not. We will see you later. Thank you. We don't have much time. Evening Mass will begin soon.
Should I not have accepted the nomination?
Saçmalama Philip.
You've never been good at saying no. And Milius is right. Kingsbridge needs you.
What about St. John's?
I will ride there tomorrow. I will let them know you will be staying in Kingsbridge for a few days. Thanks to you, these documents and books will not be burned. Now, we have to find that letter.
You truly think the letter can help prevent...
If the message says what I think it says, then yes, I do.
Taht rekabeti 2. kısım. Fransız'ın merhum Kral Henry, İmparatoriçe Maud ve Kral Stephen hakkındaki notları. 2. kısım 1 Ocak 1135 tarihinde yazılmış. Yeni kralımız Stephen Normandiya derebeylerinin çoğu ve hatta kilise tarafından bile destekleniyor. Genç kardeşi Henry ise Winchester Piskoposu ve bütün İngiltere'nin en önemli rahiplerinden bir tanesi. Stephen'a kiliseye güç ayırması için yemin ettirilmiş ki kendisinin Kral Henry'nin altında çok az bir siyasi etkisi bulunuyor. Hem kilisenin hem de bizim işimize gelir. Sorun şu ki Lord'um Gloucester'lı Robert Kral'ın pişlerinden bir tanesi, üvey kız kardeşi Maud'u tahtta olduğu müddetçe kendisinin rehberliğine ihtiyaç duyacağını düşündüğü için tahta görmek istiyor. İmparatoriçe Maud'u adına ve o bitirdikleri Kral Stephen'e karşı bir isyan başlattı. kısa zaman içinde bir savaşta olacaktır. Yani bu şeye göre kaçınılmaz bir şey. Kardeş kavgası.
Now, let us look for the letter.
Bakalım.
The handwriting on this tablet is hardly legible. Whoever Did Prior James write this?
Let's continue looking.
Oldu.
Francis, I think I found it.
In the Bible?
Revelations, the Apocalypse of St. John. And they called to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him who is seated on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come, and who can stand? The Lamb? What was James afraid of? Was it this letter?
No, the letter is still sealed. Break the seal.
...18 Aralık 1135 tarihli bir mektup. Gloucester'ın Robert. Günü söyleyin ve İmparatoriçe Maud'unu kan dökmeye hazır olacağız. Ben ve sancaktarlarım Blois'li Stephen'a karşı süreceğiz. Savaşı başlatmayacağız ama salıvereceğiz. Stephen, Kral Henry'nin kızına ihanet edip tahtı ele geçirdiğinde bu savaşı kendisi başlatmıştı. O ve ona bağlılık yemin edenler başlattı. Bartholomew, Sherling Kontu.
Oh, this is it.
İsyanı
You found it.
resmileştirmiş olduk.
The Earl of Shiring is about to start a war.
Yes. He's made contact with my own master, Earl Robert of Gloucester.
Who is this King Stephen that has taken the throne?
A nephew of King Henry. Do you ever think of the day our parents died?
Francis, you know I don't like to talk of that.
I know. It's just that I think of them all the time. And I've always blamed King Henry. The church suffered under his rule as much as we did in Wales. Philip, you have to show this letter to the Bishop of Kingsbridge.
The Bishop of Kingsbridge? Why?
Our late King Henry was opposed to Rome's influence in England. King Stephen, on the other hand, swore to preserve the rights and privileges of the church, and we can help him if you tell the bishop to protect Stephen.
You want the bishop to help the new king, King Stephen?
I want a king who supports the church. I want these dark times to end. I want to stop the Earl of Shiring from starting a war. He could set the whole of England on fire. My lord the Earl of Gloucester can never know what You must not tell the truth about how or where you got this letter. Don't tell anyone I was involved.
Tamam lan.
Do you really think the bishop will help?
Tell him you found the letter by coincidence.
Rastgele
If he does
buldum
not
yani.
believe me, what then?
He will believe you. The question is, will he really try to stop the Earl of Shiring? I will ride to St. John's and tell your monks you will stay in Kingsbridge until the election.
What if the Earl of Shiring finds out what I'm doing? What if the bishop tells him?
Philip, calm down. He is your bishop.
I'm a simple monk. Who am I to talk to a bishop?
Remigius hala seni küçük görüyor. Görmeye de devam etsin. Kendisi daha çok küçülüyor. Değirmende bir mesaj buldum. Medius'un başlığı için kaynarcı. Burada bitirelim olmadı. Evet arkadaşlar. Geldiğiniz için teşekkür ediyorum. Kısa kestiğim için üzgünüm. Tekrardan yarın sabahleyin erkenden sınavım var. Cumartesi pazara da sınav koymuşlar maalesef ki. O yüzden bugünlük burada bitirelim. Yarın yine kaldığımız yerden 2. bölüm, 3. bölüm, 4. bölüm üzerinden devam ederiz. Böyle böyle ufak ufaktan oyunu önce 1. kitap, sonra 2. kitap, sonra 3. kitap olarak en sonunda da komple bitiririz. Teşekkür ediyorum geldiğiniz için. Bölümün tekrarını YouTube'a atacağım. Oradan da tekrardan izleyebilirsiniz. İzlemek isterseniz kaçırdığınız bir yer vardı belki. Kendinize iyi bakın. Hayırlı akşamlar.